Hey everybody, welcome back. So I have had people in the past ask me, and I have done this to a certain extent but not fully, to take some models off of out of the display cases and show them to you, like just go through some of them. So I thought I would do somewhat of a series of some of my I guess I'll just try to do them all, but I've got them. There's a few die cast, but for the most part they're all built models. These so those are full, and then over here I've got some in here, just a couple, not too many, but they are built models. And then I've got a few over here that it's not lit up, and a few over here. So what we'll do, I'm just going to take one row to this video, and I think I'll start on this row here, and I'll just take them down, talk about them just for a few minutes, and yeah, I'll just move on to the next row, and we'll go through them like that. And that way like I hadn't seen them. That way everybody can see, everything that I've done. If you haven't gone back and seen all the videos, I do see I had a fender bender right there. I gotta fix that. Anyway, that's to come. Anyway, all right, so I'm gonna get the camera on the tripod and we'll start with this one and we'll work our way down. It shouldn't take long. All right, stand by. All right, so let me get the first one here. This one goes back quite a ways, earlier into the channel, and one of them is going to be before the channel. But this one, so this is the Hurst Harry Oldsmobile, twin engine. It was a old, Tornado, 2 Tornado front ends. I got this from Mark at Hobby Nut Models. Gifted this to me and I built it. Not one that I'm particularly proud of, but hey, it's okay. It's like a curbside kind of. It's got engines and all, but the hood doesn't come off, trunk doesn't come off. It was like a two-tone. I did tape it off and paint it, and the tape job turned out good. It's just the gold didn't turn out right. It did not have the shine. I don't know what in the heck I put on it to make it look so splotchy, but I haven't taken this thing down, I bet, since I built it. But you see the paint, how it like has a splotchy look to it. I don't know what happened to the gold. Oh boy, that looks awful. But anyway, it was cool. I mean, it's got 2 and this was a real car. Gentleman Joe, I'm trying to read it, Schubeck, Schubeck. And anyway, it was I think it's monogram is what it is, I believe. I think it's an old monogram kit. It was a re-release. I think this was from the 90s or something like that, but the kit was originally from like the 70s or maybe the late 60s. Yeah, so it's got like 2 shifters and 2 everything inside. It doesn't have 2 steering wheels, but you know what I mean. And then the engine for the rear is kind of up there in the driver's business, but they are like kind of full engines, but they're not. They're low detail. But yeah, 2 differentials, 2 like Tornado front ends, one in the front, one in the back. Anyway, okay, there's that one. And the next one I built before the channel, I think. Seems like I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. And the paint is absolutely awful, but it still was fun. I had a little imagination with this one. Wanted to make it. This is the Revell Fox Body Mustang. I wanted to kind of make just a weekend racer type car out of it. I did do like around the front window, which I think turned out cool. I did paint the rear windows just to make them blacked out. But around the front one, I painted around the edge to make it more racy look. I gave him an 1133. That's quarter mile. Wrote that on there. The paint is probably spray paint. I don't remember, but look at that. Look at that shine. You can actually see the reflection of lights in it, which is unbelievable. But the hood, I wanted to prime it. I left the windshield wipers off on purpose and stuff because it's a racer. Don't know if you can see inside it. Probably not, but a little bit of detail. Try to detail the seats up a little bit under the bottom. There's your underside. I did run plug wires. I see them. So I deleted a lot of stuff, and I'll show you that. Under the hood, a primer hood, because he just got that cow hood and he hasn't had time to paint it. Don't you like it when guys just make up fictional stories like that? And he painted it in the driveway with a can of spray paint, and it looks like it. So here's the engine. Oh, it's got hinges. Wow, I never do that. It's been a long time. Oh, it does come off. Okay. All right, so it's got just, you know, the 5.0. It does have an Elderbrock performance intake. Came with that. I did wire it with oversized wire. It doesn't look to scale. I just deleted the air filter completely because he's at the drag strip, and then on the pulley I eliminated everything except the water pump. He doesn't have an alternator or nothing like that. I did run, looks like I put a upper radiator hose, made that out of some sort of tubing. Yeah, early on, and well, this is before model car videos. Actually, I did a little series a while back before MCV or something like that, and I included this one. And here is one coming up that was early on also into my model car videos career, and it's that 67 Chevelle. Painted it orange and blacked out the wheels. My first, well, not my first. When I was a kid, I would do some crazy stuff, but my first, I removed the inner fender wells. But anyways, talk about the outside. Orange, my favorite color. Not this particular orange so much, but I did. You see on the exhaust pipes, it's got that those hoses run into it. You know how they'll have the valve covers. We'll have those big blow-by tubes run into it, so it won't get on your, maybe it won't get on the tires. It'll just blow out of the exhaust, which still looks like it would blow all over the tires. But anyway, I did a lot of weathering under this one. Looks okay. Painted the roll bar a different color orange, and I did the leather seats, you know. And then the engine, I was quite proud of myself when I did this. I did removed all the inner fender wells to make it more like a drag car or Pro Street or whatever you want to call it. So I removed all that. I was proud of that. Wired the engine, got the plug wires, and the timing is not right. As you can see, 4 come out of one side and then 4 out of the other. Out of my homemade distributor, which was just a piece of styrene with a hole drilled in the top. I've moved on from there. I did make fuel lines. Look at that. Oh yeah. Fuel line comes in. I don't know where it's coming in from because it's coming out of the firewall, but let's just say it's got that, and then, like to say, the tubes coming out of the valve covers. And I like the black valve covers. At the time I thought, man, this thing looks sharp. That's still pretty cool. Looks like I just around the windows I must have taped and masked off and painted the chrome with that chrome spray paint I used to use. So there's that one. Moving on to another early build. I mean, gosh, I guess you could, I ain't been doing this too long, but this one was kind of early on as well. 40 Ford. This is the, what you call it, Sedan, maybe. But I went ahead and decaled it, made a little old school drag car out of it because it comes that way, you know. Olds powered 394. This one turned out pretty good. I did have a goof up with the paint right here. If I'm not mistaken, I might have sprayed this with craft paint and then put some kind of clear over top of it. I don't remember, but I do remember taping off for the chrome. I used to do that. I would tape off the body and spray paint the chrome, and it was a job. But anyway, but you see there's a dark spot right there. I goofed up when I pulled off the tape for the chrome, pulled off the paint too. But it's just a pretty well box stock, I think. It turned out nice. I thought it was a pretty good looking car. Oh yeah, look at that front grille. I sprayed it with that spray paint. It doesn't look so good anymore. Then I tried to black wash it and that didn't turn out too good. Under the hood, got the Oldsmobile. No black wash at all. Just looks like somebody freshly painted it. Two barrels, I guess. Nothing special. And I think that was an extra. I added the I think I also did the front pulley thing like on the Mustang, just eliminated everything but the water pump. Man, that water pump's high on that engine. And the radiator hose. It looks like I made me a radiator hose. So there's the 40 Ford with the blasphemous Olds power. That's okay though. And then the next one is one that I really enjoyed, and I can't wait to build another one of these because they are just a phenomenal model kit. And the paint, however, on this one has started to do the cracking. I don't know what the deal is. I'm sure I painted it with testers, but it's starting to crack on me. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, Revell. Oh, that, by the way, that 40 Ford was an AMT, and this is a Revell Ford Thunderbolt. And I've always liked the Thunderbolts because my dad was always a Tasca Ford Thunderbolt fan, or not fan, but he always told me about that car and you know how cool they were. And he grew up in the 60s and knew about all that stuff. But anyway, these are just wonderful model kits, and the old 80s or early 90s decals actually worked, and I was thrilled about that. But just a pretty model kit. It looks like I did bare metal foil. Looks like I'm starting to do foil on this one. Oh, I've got a broken windshield wiper. Oh man, it's kind of hanging down there. Oops, didn't have a broke car. So under the bottom, just weathered up. I didn't do the single exhaust out the back like comes with it, so I just gave the open headers. And it's like I did a little spring action back there, the coil. So it's got coilovers and it's got springs. I never really thought about that. And under the hood, I was very happy with the way this engine, and I'm still happy. See if you can see that paint though first. The cracking. See those cracks? I don't know what does that. It looks like it's been built for 40 years, but it hasn't. But I bet I could fool somebody and tell them it has. And under the hood, that turned out really nice. I was very proud of how the engine bay turned out. I did pick out the bolts and stuff on the fenders. Actually, I really enjoyed building this engine. 427. I made sure that my air filter, the Ram air deal, because you got well, you can't see it right there. That's where the air would come in on these. They deleted 2 of the headlights, and then that comes off. And I made it where you could see the 2 carburetors. It's like I did black wash this one a little bit, put plug wires on it, and just tried to detail and keep the engine compartment as clean as possible. And I think that I achieved that. I also got the decals on the valve covers. It says 427, I think. It's so darn little I can't see it. So get this back on there. Just like that. It's raining outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's been raining all day long. Alright, and the next one, oh boy, one of my absolute favorites. It's you've seen it before. Oh goodness, about to break it. And it's this one. It's my 40 Ford. Looks kind of orange on camera. I don't know if it turned out that way when I upload this, but it looks kind of orange. It's not. It's bright red. But I did put a tick of orange paint in this. When I mixed the paint, it was bright red, I think, and then I made just a slight adjustment with some orange. But it's my first USAC build, 40 Ford sedan delivery. I just thought it would be the baddest looking Pro Street ever. I really enjoyed doing this one. Had a lot of fun with it. I have gotten an award. I think I got a 2nd place with it. I've taken it to a lot of shows, but it just for some reason didn't do all that great. I think I did get a 2nd place though. So these my first set of 3D printed wheels. Joey Mazzarella, Maz Designs, was making wheels for a short time, and I got a set from him, and they were cool. Got the disc brakes and all that stuff, and under the bottom. I did do a chassis swap. This was the 67 Pro Street Chevelle. Don't look too close because you can tell I just hacked it up to get it under there. But it's under there. That's all that matters. But yeah, my first set of, oh man, look how they've cracked. I noticed that a few of the tires and all that I got from him started to crack. See that crack? It just busted. Which I need to change the rears anyway, because when I entered it in the contest before, because it has slicks, I can't be Pro Street. I didn't know that. But I need to put a new set of wheels. I just happen to know a guy who makes those now. Under the hood, I thought it would be cool just to do 2 4s instead of a blower or something like that. So I got some of those cool aluminum stacks from Hobby Nut Models. And they looked just right. I like the stance, how the engine actually has the tips back a little bit. And it was the big block Chevy that came in the Chevelle, just like the Chevelle I showed you a while ago. And that's it. Not a lot of detailing. It does have a radiator. It's just way deep down in there. Also did the single pulley deal. You wouldn't go very far if you run headlights because there's no alternator. Carburetors look awful. This is before I had any 3D printed carburetors. But it did get me a radiator hose that reaches way down deep, and I wired it. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm very proud of this one. This will be one that I just treasure forever, because it was kind of like my first kit bash once I was back into this deal. And the next one is another kit bash. It was a buddy build with me and my friend Fred Henry, and this one is really cool. Now that I look at it, I'm like all kind of stuff that I would have done different, but this was my, I think, 69 Oldsmobile that made so many people angry because it's got a Ford engine in it. So it was just our buddy build. I think it's black cherry is the color. I don't have a flashlight in here. I do have a phone flashlight. I'll let you see this paint real fast. The paint is beautiful out in the sun, but unfortunately most shows aren't in the sun, and I don't have any of those lights. So anyway, pretty color. Got the NASCAR chassis on this one. First time I did that, it was a pain in the behind, but I did do it. The rear half is 66 Nova. I think it's a 66 Nova. Rear halved it with that and used the rear suspension from that one. 3D printed another set of the Joey Mazzarella, I believe. 3D printed wheels and tires. Come on, there you go. And they were nice. He did such a wonderful job with the brakes and all that stuff. Inside it has the NASCAR floor pan and everything, and looks like I did get the Chevelle chassis, or the Oldsmobile chassis, back in it. And then it's got the rear part. It has the rear part behind the seat from the Chevelle that says Chevrolet, although it's not a Chevrolet. I know, it's a mixed up, it's crazy, don't know what it is. But anyway, there's the underside. It's got a big block Ford Hemi. It was Iceman Collections. I believe it was Iceman Collections that I got this from. It's also got the aluminum stacks, and it was a pain to get that thing shoved down in there. I built those roll bars that go down in there and tie the chassis together, because I had to hack the chassis so much. If I hadn't added those, it would just no support at all. But anyway, cool build. Got a massive, just a massive engine in it, and I really like this one. It was fun. Like I say, I see things on it now that I'm like, oh, what'd you do that for? But oh well, it's already done, and it's cool. All right, 2 more and we'll be done. Sounds like a class. All right kids, 2 more and we'll be finished. This one was the next one was a really fun build. I remember building this one, and oh, by the way, the 40 Ford USAC build was an AMT. That Olds right there was an AMT, and then I've got one that is stock. I like this body style. I think it's cool. Sorry about the rain noise. But yeah, here's a AMT, which this one and the one before it, they started life as NPC kits, so you can bash NPC as much as you want. They did build some pretty nice stuff. This is a really nice kit to build. And so it's a 69 442, same kit as the one I just showed, but this is the stock version. And it was a lot of fun. Still early on in my knowledge of building. Oh goodness, get focused here. There we go. But it was nice. Builds up really cool. I love the wheels and tires that came with. Oh, it's got the cracking too. Check it out. Let's see if I can get it to focus in on. Look at that paint crack. Man, what in the world? This ain't got 2K on it or nothing like that, so I don't know what happened. But anyway, there's the undercarriage. Just clean. And under the hood, the 400, I think it is. It might be a 455. Oh, I put plug boots on this bad boy. I like to go back and seeing the stuff that I did, like these super out of scale plug boots. But something to hang on to if you need to pull the plug wire off. I mean, you got a big grip. Tried to get some kind of close color on the engine. I don't know if I achieved that. Probably not. But I wired it, and it just turned out a really, really clean build. Again, I feel like I have improved greatly since this one, and it was fun though. Very fun. It was MPC, you know, or AMT. All right, last one, and you guys, this one is fairly recent. You guys, I got a lot of good response from this one, especially like at Acme and some other places. I don't remember if this one's won an award or not, but it's the Wheelie car. And what's cool about this one is I'll put it right here. Oh, it's going to turn the whole thing over. Let me back up. So it really is a balanced wheelie car. Like, so I mean, that is pretty neat. So I got tons of weight in the back of it. If you haven't seen this video, it's not that far back, maybe 8 months ago or so. But it is super heavy. It weighs, I guess, close to a pound. But it does a wonderful job of toting the front wheels like that. If you take the hood off, it quits toting the front wheels and drags the, or it doesn't quit toting the front wheels, but it drags the bumper. It will lose its. Let me put it on the table here, just so you can see that it actually is not touching the back bumper. I did have to put flat spots on tires. Anyway, it's a 61 or 2 Chevy Impala, and I did some modification work on it. I have to be really careful with it because if I hold it by the bumpers, they'll break right off. So I removed, there was a trim that ran down the side. I removed that. The hood used to have a shape right there on the front of it. I smoothed that off. And also, let me get a pointer here. The bottom of the hood would have had a chrome trim that glued onto the hood. So the hood went straight across. It didn't drop down like this, right? But I molded in that piece of chrome and made the hood change shape a little bit. So now the hood, rather than having it go straight across with a piece of trim on the hood actually has the trim incorporated with it. And I thought that was pretty cool. I re-chromed all these bumpers, and the paint turned out beautiful. There was a custom mix that I made there, so there's not like, I don't know what color it actually is. I want to turn it. You would not believe how heavy this is and hard to handle, and you don't want to hold it in any place where it could break. But there's under the bottom side, you can see the flat spots on the tires. All I did to make it torque up like it is, because you can see the axles drop down on one side, I just cut the springs in the back. What I cut off of this side, I just added to the other side to make it twist. And yeah, just ran the dual exhaust. The engine is, to be perfectly honest with you, the engine, oh goodness, I don't think the engine that's in it would actually tote the front wheels like this, but anyway, it's all make-believe, right? So there's the 409. I mean, maybe it would, but I don't think so. 409 with 2 4-barrels, and it's got a closer representation of accurate plug wires. But when I display this, you can't display it with the hood off, because number one, it's toting a wheel stand, so it's kind of in motion. But when you take the hood off, because the weight is so close, it's just barely off of it. That might be because there's a dip in the plywood, but I had to get the weight so much so even to when you put the hood on, it wouldn't drop down, but it would balance. So I had to get it just right. But when you take the hood off, it just about touches the back bumper. So it is it's doing okay right now. Maybe it's bending a little bit, I don't know. Some people did say that all that weight will eventually torque something. Inside there is a aftermarket shifter and just minimal detail, but no driver, and I've been ragged about that, but that's okay. The next one I do, I'll have to get a driver. So that concludes. Oh, and the wheels, sorry, these are they appear to be weld rod lights. I got these from my friend Alan Qualls, and I believe that these are Z-Force. I'm not 100% sure, but I sell Z-Force wheels that are like this style, and I think that's what these are. I think these are Z-Force weld dang, I lost it again, rod lights. The rear tires, however, are not rod light tires, not the ones that come with the ones that I sell. I sell the ET Streets. These are a wrinkled wall tire that he sent me. I don't know where he got that file, but they're really cool. And to have a car in action with a set of wrinkle walls on it, I think it just makes it. Because you can buy these tires, but if the car's just sitting still, it would never be wrinkled up like that, right? So to have one launching, I think that's cool. But it's got that let me take the camera off real fast. It's got that sideways, you know, that, let me hold the camera straight, but you can see the car is not straight. It's all, there you go, it's all torqued up. And I just thought that look, I've seen pictures of these cars doing their wheelies, and the chassis just torqued out of shape, and I just thought, man, that's what I want to build. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, alright guys, thank you so much for watching this blurry stuff. Maybe I'll just do this one next and start going down, but something cool to talk about. Yeah, so I've got quite a few to look at, so it'll keep me busy for a while. Some earlier ones too back in the channel, and that's a cool one to talk about, how I did the chrome on that, and this one. And anyway, maybe some of my favorites. But anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. I'm working on the 39. I'm about to get it. Give you a quick preview. The 39 is coming along. I'm about to get it, day or two, and I'll have it built. But anyway, thank you for watching. As always, hey, go check out hobbynutmodels.com. The majority of these builds have paint from hobbynutmodels.com. I did a few of them have Tamiya paint, but the majority have MCW. So go over to hobbynutmodels.com. Always linked in the description. Grab yourself some great Tamiya or MCW paint. He's got it in all variations. And grab yourself a model kit or anything else that you might need while you're over there. And also check out my website, mcvproducts.net, where I have 3D printed products. I don't know if I've showed y'all this or not, but this is something that I just started offering this, and I think I did. Actually, I think I did on last video. A 9-inch Ford. I just had another one laying right here. I don't know what in the world. 9-inch Ford housing with it's a strange housing and axles, and yeah, you're like, Matthew, that's a rerun. You already showed us that one. Okay, well, that's the only one I had. I didn't plan on that either. But anyway, thanks for watching. mcvproducts.net. Go check it out. I got ProTech and all of my 3D printed stuff, and thanks for watching. Thank you to my Patreon members. Hey, if you don't mind, give this video a thumbs up, and I think that's about it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. As the rain falls, I'm out of here. Take care. Bye.